We're not really set up for grid patterns. We're not set up to go at 70, 80 miles an hour on the highway. We evolved in wilderness. That's our heritage. We know how to function in wilderness. When I was doing a hiking trip across the Sierra Nevadas, I remember hearing all this noise and racket coming down the trail, and that was the first pack string I ever saw. But something about it just captured something in my imagination, and I just became radically aware that that's where my life was headed. And I just had no clue what that meant. Fairly quickly bought a horse and started taking that horse into the backcountry with basically no experience. And then just gently over time working my way towards this goal of being a full string packer and being able to run a pack string of 9 mules, ride a horse, and be able to move heavy stuff all around the wilderness. When you're going out on a pack trip, it's a lot of labor, and there's just no way around that. It's hard to communicate in pictures and images how much work this actually is. And it took me quite a while before I actually would go out and feel totally confident, and I could really have a full experience of both the equines and the wilderness. I mean, just all in all, there's just a tremendous amount of unpredictability. We just can't control all the variables, and the wilderness just has a ton of variables. Whether it's bear encounters, whether it's just other wildlife encounters, when we're back there, you very much have an experience of no longer being on top of the food chain. The wilderness is just unforgiving. You know, maybe confessionally, when I first started, it was probably just a big ego trip about me. What can I do? What am I capable of? I certainly took a lot of chances that I didn't really need to take. It's really been the transformation that has unfolded for me internally with wilderness. Feels like it's more about letting go of my fixed sense of self, letting go of placing myself at the center of the world. And very much nowadays, it's much more about seeing myself nested in this web of interrelationships. Long looked like packing is sort of dying this slow death, and it's just this esoteric skill that not that many people were taking part in. But I think there's something really important about preserving our heritage and our tradition of how we can interface with the land in a way that is much more about work and sweat and toiling rather than about ease and speed. That is something that I've actually really enjoyed, was passing on these skills. Watching people that it does grab, the way that it's grabbed me, is extremely rewarding. That's what I want to pass on. I hope people get out to their wilderness. This is not my wilderness. It doesn't matter that I live right at the base of it. It is just as much yours as it is mine.